I really love this. Mama always said, come on now, if you want to cure a cold, eat some chicken soup. Want to sharpen your eyesight? Get some carrots. This morning, we're going to put Mom's words of wisdom to the test. Myth-busting Mom with Anahad O'Connor. He is the author of a new book, Never Shower in a Thunderstorm, Surprising Facts and Misleading Myths About Our Health and the World We Live In. So good to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
Enjoy your work so much.
Thank you.
All right, the title of the book, Never Shower in a Thunderstorm. Okay, true or false?
This one, surprisingly, is actually true. And this is something I actually always heard growing up, and I always thought it was a way for my mom to get me out of the shower or keep me from racking up the phone bill. But it actually turns out that every year about 10 or 20 people in the United States are shocked while they're showering or talking on the telephone.
Is it the water, or is it because of the piping? Or
if you think about lightning and when it strikes a building, think about the building as kind of acting like a metal cage.
Okay.
The electricity is conducted around you, but if you're actually in the path of that electricity, so let's say handling an appliance or touching a faucet, you can actually be shocked.
So Mama was right. She was right about get out of the shower in a thunderstorm.
Absolutely.
All right, we went to the streets, young man. We went to the streets and asked some people about some questions in your book, and we asked this particular person about watching TV.
Does sitting too close to the TV damage your eyesight? I don't think so. I'm a big TV fan and movie buff and video gamer, so I hope not. If so, I ought to see more carrots.
You got two going there.
It's a two for one.
I know, Anahad, so what about sitting close to the TV?
This one is actually false, but I would say it's more of an old technology tale than an old wives' tale. The truth is that many decades ago, when TVs were first actually invented, they emitted levels of radiation that if you sat close enough, they could probably damage your eyesight. But nowadays, the way TVs are designed, they emit like such small levels of radiation. A person who actually watches TV pretty much every day and sits a few feet from the set will probably get about 1 millirem of radiation in a year. That's about a tenth of what you get from a single chest x-ray. So.
All right, since I'm older, I'm going to say Mama was somewhat right, because I watched TV back in the day. But nowadays, it's gone. But you heard the man also talking about carrots, and we even see this in, like, cartoons. And I remember Gilligan's Island, them eating those carrots, and they had all the super ray vision all of a sudden. So eating carrots, does it help your vision?
This one we can also put in the false category. But there's a great story behind it, actually. This one actually came about in World War II. And the way it started was that the British Air Force had actually, when they were using radar to shoot down German fighter planes with an enormously great success rate, they wanted to hide their new invention, radar. So they came up with this great story about how their fighter pilots were eating carrots and they had great night vision. And the newspapers ran with it. It lives on to this day.
It became, because some people in the audience right here were like, no, we always thought that was true. All right, we went to the streets again, asked somebody about food as an aphrodisiac.
Chocolate is definitely an aphrodisiac. And oysters, seeing the texture of them, I would definitely say no. Kind of disgusting.
I'm with them there. So, okay, chocolate?
Chocolate, actually false. But the truth is that chocolate has certain chemicals that are linked to romance. One of them is tryptophan, which is a precursor of serotonin, which can actually stimulate sexual arousal, and it's linked to feelings of pleasure. But it has such minuscule amounts of tryptophan that you have to eat a whole lot to actually feel any effects.
And oysters?
Oysters is actually false as well. So.
All right. False as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we're asked somebody else, and there are a lot of people that are hoping, well, that wine prevents food poisoning. Let's see.
I think if you drink enough wine so that you don't eat, you would prevent food poisoning.
Oh, that's dumb, Charlie.
I don't know how that's dumb. What is it?
Dumb but true. Actually, alcohol can prevent food poisoning, and the way we know this is that scientists have actually studied large outbreaks of foodborne illness at weddings and social gatherings where there was contaminated food like bad egg salad. And they found that the people who were drinking non-alcoholic beverages had the highest rates of sickness. Those who were drinking one or two had much lower rates of sickness, and those who drank the most, no sickness.
And chicken soup does cure the cold. We have a
being a realtor is the all-American